This is the third meeting between the Boozers and the Bozos, and the second this season. In 24-93, the Boozers defeated the Orcs 1-0 in round 9 of the Elite Division, though the Bozos got their revenge by knocking the Boozers out of the Howitzer Cup in this season's quarter-finals. Both teams can effectively secure their Elite Division status with a victory here, but neither of them are safe from relegation just yet. Lady Carolina Peitinger's Dwarfs have taken just 2 points from the last 12 available and are just 4 points clear of the deckhands in 11th. Defeat today could make it a nervy final week when the Boozers face the Tor Lithanel Rangers. The Bozos have reached 9 points, which is the same total they survived relegation with last season, when of course the Skitsburg Steelers were relegated in their place. Seems likely this season that at least 10 points might be needed to be safe, so the Bozos do need another result. Or to rely on the Red Squigs and or the deckhands slipping up somewhere else. Touchdown difference could be a factor as well. Between the Bozos, the Red Squigs, and the deckhands, the Bozos currently have the best touchdown difference. And casualties inflicted, which is a tiebreaker, is in their favour as well.
All the drama.
All the drama.
I will add more drama to the cup because I've run out of Cheetos.
Oh no.
No, oh no. And I'm reduced to eating some dried bread things with my beer. Oh, what a dramatic moment. But okay.
Well,
this is an interesting one.
While we mourn for Viking Cop's Cheetos situation, there is a second part of the preview, which just confirms the team news. The Bozos are fully fit after Gerson Demon Heart's team picked up a crucial 2-0 victory over the deckhands last round. The only absentee is Gigagog Gofgor, who was killed by the crowd in the Howitzer Cup semi-final victory over the Quintex City Assassins. Of course, the Bozos are Howitzer Cup finalists. The Boozers had another rough match against the Missville Mavericks, losing 3-1 and suffering more injuries to key players. Charlie Chang, the blitzer, will need Recuperade to recover from a serious injury picked up in that game, while Super Skull's season went from bad to worse as the star Trollslayer suffered a second dislocated shoulder injury in as many weeks. Now, Skull is expected to feature against the Bozos despite his ongoing injury troubles, and it may have been well timed actually for the Boozers because that second dislocated shoulder may have come around a similar time to the first one getting resolved by a physio. If that's the case, I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but if that is the case, there's always a chance we can dislocate it again.
That's true.
Well, those who have dislocated a shoulder, which I'm fortunate enough to have not done, but I do believe they are more prone to popping back out once you've done it once. So maybe that's the problem that Super Skull is facing. Let's get into this game. It's Dwarfs versus Orcs, but we do it ZFL style. So, Viking Cup, where is your money here? Can the Bozos repeat the trick from the Howitzer Cup quarterfinals and get another win?
But would this be the first season of the ZFL? My money would have been surely on the Dwarfs. But this one has been a weird one, hasn't it? I mean, the Dwarfs have been like at half pace for most of it, despite the super good team they have. And the Bozos have been surprisingly efficient at times. And proof of that is that they are in the final of the Howitzer Cup. And maybe a tie, a draw. I could put money on a draw.
Sitting on the fence then. A biased referee has been induced by the Black Crag Bozos among with some other stuff. It was sort of like a one of everything off the shopping list for this one. Let's take a look then as the Bozos choose to receive at the lineups for this one. Starting with the away team, the Bozos. The Troll, Wrecking Ball, is shadowing. We've been enjoying that recently, and we'll see. We might not see so much of it against a dwarf team, but you never know.
It's much more shadowing than you expect.
We're back to 4 big uns because, of course, the Strength 4 lineman who was servicing as a 5th one is now dead. So Gargon the Great, Thrust, Brain Masher, Ognosh Ripoff, and Lug Mosh Pit, who is now Pile Driver Dirty Player Frenzy.
Amazing.
So that's quite violent. Gold Kick is also Dirty Player Pile Driver. So we've got 2 of them on the team. He's the first Blitzer. Razagul Demanic is probably the best player on the team, with Mighty Blow, Tackle, Pro, and Stand Firm. That's actually quite good, all things considered. Blitz Cop Ruckshak is Dauntless, which we won't need against Super Skull. He's also shadowing Mighty Blow and Kick. And then Crag Sharp Thumb has Mighty Blow. There's lots of Mighty Blow here. Also Kick, also Pro, and Safe Pair of Hands. There's a lot of randoms on this Orc team as they try to keep costs down. Egger, the Thrower, is still not injured. There's been a bounty out on him all season, but no one's managed to do it, despite the fact he's got like 4 serious injuries. And then the Brothers of Destruction, Chucker Beef and Ogrok Leg Slitter, the latter of whom now has Kick, because we don't quite have enough Kick on the team. And then Mauler has Dauntless. The Boozers then look like this. 2 Blitzers, San Miguel and Charlie Chang, the latter of whom is on Recuperate for this game. Super Skull is Strength 2, so it did coincide with a physio fixing the first dislocated shoulder, just in time for us to pick up another dislocated shoulder. Handaf Jamar, therefore, might be the better option for the Troll Slayer Blitzers today. The bunch of linemen, 2 with Dive and Tackle, Wilhelm Warsteiner and Stein Stock Miner. Martin Idri is Guard Stand Firm, that's quite a good player. Fraser Foster's is Dauntless and Stand Firm. There's so much Stand Firm on this team. Hadrian Hawkstone is the potentially good rookie. He has Juggernaut. And Maxwell Mythos has Grab. Optimus Prime, the undoubted star of the team, with Agi 2+ and Movement 7. Balakula is Dodge to go with Wrestle and Strip Ball, but we don't see much of Balakula in this team. Derek Devell has Frenzy. Kestrel KO has nothing. And Handle Draketooth has also had a physio come along to fix a dislocated shoulder. So is Strength 2 where previously he was Strength 1. We have for the Bozos today a bribe, a keg, a biased referee, and an assistant coach. Let's get into it.
So there will be fouling, hopefully. Entertaining game. And the Bozos are attacking. Nice. All the bleachers easily recognizable with all the fire.
Yeah, if the head's on fire, it's a blitzer. Here comes the kick. And Egger is away after it. And we get cheering fans, which gives us moles under the pitch. A result that is probably bad for both teams.
Yeah. Or GFIs. He'll be in a classic. I'm gonna start punching with Razagul the Manic. Oiba! Guess the break.
Nope. I did that thing that I always do when I've been doing something else, and then I forget to change the setting back. I remember setting that today and going, once you're done, change the setting back, and then I didn't do it. So no breaks on the first 2 blocks. Here comes a blitz from Gargon the Great, who finds a push against the stand firm diving tackle of Warsteiner. And double pushes. Surprised we didn't take the push back there, actually. Because we give up another block. But no armor break again. The Boozers' armor is hanging on well.
Who can get blitz? Yeah.
Where's the troll going?
I guess we're going to camp foul somebody. Yeah, there we go. We have a stand firm piece. It's a weak foul. Very disappointing.
Well, that was rubbish all around from the Bozos.
Yeah, Marauder Egor also being rubbish, but that's a classic. That's more typical.
All things considered, when we need points to try and avoid the drop, that is not the start to the game we would have been looking for. And the Boozers have a chance to knock a few players over and go from there. It'll be Handaf Jamar, who seems to have prime blitz duty now. Gets the knockdown on Rukshak. Be interesting to see how many dwarfs go and push around the side of this orc screen. That's a nice little chain push play to give Stockminer a little bit more movement. And we're going to send Charlie Chang forward for a mild amount of threat. I would say a mild at best.
I'm keeping Bella Kula as defense.
First armor break of the game
that's right. No,
is a stun.
Understand. That pushes only with stun firm, but will probably allow for an extra block. No. Where's the ball?
The ball's been dropped again.
Over.
Run that back. After the blitz, which was double push against the stand firm, went for the pickup, and Egger has rolled a 1 in 9 again.
He's so good at that.
And the Bozos are under pressure here. There's a lot of dwarfs who are going to be able to get forward.
I think they're going to get around.
I mean, Optimus Prime can't quite base it, but that is a quick dwarf. And Egger's going to have one more shot at this, or this could be a big, big problem for the Bozos.
Well, they wanted to go into scrum, and they went into scrum. But these dwarves are sporting like insane amounts of guard.
Oh, a blitz from Super Skull. He's failed the Dauntless. He rolls the both down and does not want to juggernaut that. We'll take the double pow from Martin Idri instead.
It is showing how to stand.
The Boozers very much taking advantage of the free reign to take guard this season. That will be less free from next season, but you might as well take advantage while it's there, because these teams need points. Now, can Maraudernegger pick the ball up? This is crucial. He's got a hold of it.
Oh my goodness. One die skull re-rolled into one die knockdown. But there is no fouling in there. That's going to be the blitz.
There's a -1 assist foul that we're going to take. And again, not get the break.
Statistics.
So it should be a fairly straightforward block on Wreck and Ball. Although the push means we're slightly in trouble. Need to make the Dauntless second time around.
Don't think so. We may go even and base the cage. Or base the ball, carry. I want to say.
Going to be Sam Miguel to roll a double push.
That works actually. Let's give him an extra block.
Oh, Prime's on the way backwards.
Yep, it's going to be a safety.
More blocks to be taken here. There's a knockdown on the only dirty player on the field, who I think is meant to be a dirty player. There is a dirty player pile driver. In fact, there's 2 of them. So not the only dirty player on the field. Oh, death!
Bella Kula!
Bella Kula, out of nowhere, has killed Crag Sharpthumb. But the Apo saves the day.
Early.
Wow, that was properly out of nowhere. Oh, early 1 in 9.
9. It was rerolled actually. That was a reroll because no block.
No, we had block. I
Here
think we just wanted to not have to blitz with the frenzy piece.
Marauding Egor running for the hills.
The big uns are going with him. It's not a quick cage, all things considered.
Not the quickest ever. We are not going to free the
Interesting.
Blitzer.
You would suggest Optimus Prime will be able to get to that.
Who is blitzing?
The troll.
Interesting. But pushing him back, yeah, he's going to get into the melee. It's a nice spot for a guard fish. Are we going to see a foul? No. Grab good skill. Pushing the blitzer backwards. And down goes Wrecking Ball. That has cost the 3 players to the Boozers, but still, they are in a nice spot to put pressure. I think we're going to base the case.
Yeah, it's going to be Optimus Prime here on the blitz, surely. There's a risk of Prime getting served if this goes wrong.
You can put diving tackle on the ball.
That might be the approach we're going for here. No block on that big one. So it's Super Skull. It is going to be diving tackle, stand firm. If we can make the rush.
Ooh.
We can with the reroll. So we didn't want to commit Prime to the sideline because there were a lot of frenzy players over there. I think that was a good call from Peichinger. Bozo's rolling a lot of pushes so far.
That's not a knockdown. Not good enough.
That's 2 players we've not been able to free up. And you just think they're running down a channel that's only going to get worse here. Blitz from the ground with Frenzy. We're having 2 goes at this. Got it in 1. Don't pile drive that, but where on earth is Edgar going to go?
I think it's going nowhere. To be fair.
He's just going to take a step over to the sideline, so he's not on diving tackle. And then a dodge from diving tackle.
Diving tackle doesn't exist if you ignore it.
We've rolled a 3. Oh, and with the pro, we're away! Nice play from Razagul Domanic.
Can we see an elaborate chain push here?
Nice knockdown from Martin Idri.
Oh, not a lot of room for Edgar to move away.
Yeah, it's a ever-decreasing gap, that, isn't it? Another armor break on an Orc and a KO on Razagul Domanic this time.
Looking very tight now.
Blitz from Optimus Prime. Gets the knockdown as well on Rukshak. And Edgar is suddenly looking all alone. We cannot knock down this diving tackle stand firm. We so need that player on the floor, and we can't do it.
My goodness.
If Wilhelm Warsteiner's not MVP today, I don't know who's going to be. Edgar's going it alone on the 1 dice. And the both down's going to need a reroll. He's got wrestle. It's a skull. Optimus Prime technically gets the sack. And the Boozers have turned it over.
They have 3 turns to score. And if they make it 1-0 up to half time, that's an amazing result for them.
Prime with the pickup. Oh, gets it at the second attempt. And Optimus Prime is away.
IG4 or IG2 plus. Otherwise, he would have failed it. It was 1 in 9.
There might be a surf coming here. Dauntless works out so we can take down the troll. And that lets us complete the cage. It's going to be Super Skull to go for the surf on Thrust Brain Masher. We're going to have to red dice it. Will we reroll that? We will. Juggernaut, good skill. Oh, Moles under the pitch, sending down Super Skull. Well, Edgar has to go forward to be a scoring threat now, and still we cannot knock down.
What a beast.
The Bozos are in bother. This drive has gone horribly. We finally get the knockdown on Warsteiner, and I mean, that will be the happiest KO of the Bozos' entire season. They will be delighted to see that. Good dodge from Rukshak, and we've got a bit more pressure on this from a Bozo's perspective. But if Prime is able to get himself off to the left-hand side here, it could be a big problem for the Bozos.
Well, for starters, we're freeing him up. Not risking the snake. Oh, and the KO.
Rip-off's gone.
Big removal.
And Prime is away.
He's really away.
Bozos out of rerolls, out of ideas. And looking like they're going to go 1-0 down here. And another surf from the Boozers. Biggin into the crowd for the second time. And again, the crowd are struggling to take them down.
All right. It's all going to be on... Well, the Bozos have no rerolls. Good punch.
It's a push on Bella
that was
Kula.
spicy.
It's going to be
That's spicy.
Rukshak. Oh, diving tackle is the one we're trying to dodge from. And that's surely not going to work out. No, down goes Blitzkop Rukshak. And the Boozers are going to lead this one, barring something stupid on this 8th turn. Blitz on goal kick from Charlie Chang. It's another armor break. And kick is gone again. That Orc gets injured so often. Optimus Prime runs in the touchdown and the Boozers lead. A win for the Boozers, and they will be playing Elite Division next season. They would go to 13 points. The deckhands are only able to make it to 12. So the Boozers, at the moment, securing their place in the Elite Division next season. But there's still a long way to go. So we're setting up deep. I'm not sure why we're setting up deep. We've probably remembered that it's not turn 8. Yes, there we go. We are at 11 because we had 2 on the bench. Deep kick.
We have a kick skill.
And a blitz.
Oh,
For the
nice
Bozos. I clicked at the wrong time there, but it is a blitz.
You're sad because you did not kick shallow.
Well, still, this entire Dwarf team's in a line. The Bozos are going to be able to get round to pressure this. They've rolled a maximum possible blitz as well. So the Bozos still alive.
But there are going to be a lot of 1 dice.
Okay, we are going to try and take down Blitzkop Rukshak. San Miguel gets the job done. And that might buy Optimus Prime a little bit of time in the backfield here. Pick up has rolled a 1 and then a 6. We've done the Johan Franz.
The classics. Always trusting the classics.
Another 1 dice. Push this time. And there's a good knockdown from Fraser Fosters on Gargon the Great. Frees up a Troll Slayer to go and be another part of this screen. That's sort of a screen. Bit of a gap here, but it doesn't matter because the Orcs aren't that quick. I think the Boozers have recovered this turn at least fairly well. Yeah, Kungsian, on the transfer window, we did have a transfer window at the start of this season, but it had the problem of, like, a big part of the challenge of the ZFL is me giving the teams problems to deal with, so like suboptimal rosters, and then the coach is having to handle that. But the transfer window very much allowed teams to just fix the problems too easily. Anyway, as you said, Viking Cup, here comes that foul.
Getting weak. Oh, referee.
There goes the bribe. Not arguing the call first.
Oh, no, arguing the call. That's a mistake. When you have the bias referee, if you roll a 1, it automatically becomes a 2. You can always roll for the bribe, but I know. But
might
look.
Be a surf option here. Don't know how safe the ball's going to be once we've done that, but there's the dodge from San Miguel.
That was ballsy.
Is that a third surf of the game?
Would have been dreadful. Oh!
The crowd this time are not so lenient on Razagul Damanik.
The Bozos with 3 blitzers less.
Yeah, we're down 3 blitzers. That is very, very rough. There is a
chance.
There's a 4+ to hit the ball. For Ognosh rip-off. That's a 1 in 9. Pro.
Pow. Here's the pro skill. Doing some job. We're not going for it.
Brawler there to get the knockdown on Super Skull. We dodged from diving tackle. We're forgetting the diving tackle skill. It's doing wonders for the Boozers today. Down and KO'd. Wilhelm Warsteiner is having the game of his life. Good knockdown from Martin Idri.
We can see another blitz coming here. Another surf coming here.
There's going to be a surf, isn't there? Yeah. We're racking up the surf stats. San Miguel, Juggernaut, good skill. Into the crowd goes Mauler this time. And a 4th surf of the game for the Boozers, who already lead the ZFL stats for surfs inflicted. Toying with their opposition on the sidelines. There's Handaf Jamar. We'll have another go. Makes the dauntless, rolls the skull, stuns himself.
This may give the Bozos the little bit of respite they seem to be needing.
They're running out of time is the problem for the Bozos right now. They need to do something and quick. Useful stun. Another player stood 2 squares from the end zone, but all the Troll Slayers are otherwise engaged. Dodge works out for Razagul Damanik. Team reroll used. Good dodge from Egger as well. And there's the dodge to go for the 1 die on the ball. It's a push. We're not going to reroll that, but good idea from Ognosh Ripoff.
More breaks, another removal. The Boozers are taking no prisoners today.
Oh, taking a push. We're going for another surf here, aren't we?
Technically speaking, the Boozers do not need to score.
Yeah, there's going to be another surf here. From range, it's going to be Super Skull. Juggernaut on the both down allows us to go for the surf. We failed the rush. We failed the Dauntless. We get the push. That's a strength 2 Troll Slayer if you're wondering why that was only a 1. It's a 5th surf of the game. And the Boozers are getting their revenge for that Howitzer Cup defeat. And then some.
They are absolutely in control of this game.
Have you ever seen an Orc sideline like that?
Well, the Bozos seems to be basing the ball.
They're still fighting the Bozos. They've got to try something.
Problem is that Prime can actually dodge with a 2+. Because he's an elf with a bird.
More knockdowns as the Bozos continue to take a beating here. There's the dodge from Optimus Prime, and we're running out of Orcs who can stop this. Oh, nice chain push here. Unfortunately, we just can't quite clear the dive and tackle, and that wrestle is very unfortunate. Once again, Stein Stockminer going nowhere. Oh, dodge from Mosh Pit, who's now on safety duty. And there's a 1-die pow from Leg Slitter. It's always the bruisers one way or the other, isn't it? They're either beating up or getting beaten up.
Can anybody reach?
Knockdown from Bellacoola. And yeah, the Boozers just looking to see this one through to ensure they'll be in the Elite Division next season. It's an important win for them. Someone might have said that, but these aren't your normal Orcs, is the best way I'll put it.
Oh, that's a reroll for a rush. That's a lot of blood on the pitch. And on the sidelines, look at this.
Oh, here we go. Here's the dodge for the sack attempt. We still can't find it. Last reroll. Double push. And you know... Oh, no. We did have the movement spare. We've rolled a 1 on the next rush.
No luck.
It's just not the Bozos' day, and they are going to go into the last week of the season potentially needing a result, as they did last season. Another armor break. And it's a stun on Egger. Super Skull trying to take down the Troll. Gonna need Dauntless that next hit. He's gonna fail Dauntless. He's gonna knock him down. Anyway. Gonna be a foul. Oh, we've snaked the rush. There's not gonna be a foul.
We used the reroll for the foul.
Mosh Pit against Warsteiner. Does get the knocks down. Does not pile drive it. Needs to get after the ball. But it's going to be too little too late. Prime can just run this in next turn. And a failed dodge. And another KO.
Oh, look at this bench from the ball.
That's Crazy.
They have been decimated.
Optimus Prime scores. The Boozers are going to win this one by 2 touchdowns to 0. Dominant display. Not a single Boozer with a scratch on them today. Still some LOS hits to come, of course. They might take a little bit of damage here. But, yeah, it's going to be a one-turn attempt, and we don't have any goblins. So, bad news for the Bozos all round. Solid defense. More bad news in theory. Boozer's not doing anything with that. And will we see any armor breaks? We will, as we get a stun on Handle Drake Tooth. Actually, no, it's Drake Tooth in the middle. He's a strength 2 on. We can have a 3 dice with any player we like here. Can we get a 4 dice with the troll? Is that a thing? No, we can't. Knockdown there from Egger. Gets the break. And another stun. Gonna be a foul from Leg Slitter. And we get... Oh, no, the ref's gonna call that. It's another stun. And off goes Orgrok, Leg Slitter, to cap a miserable, miserable game for the Black Crag Bozos. Boozers win 2-0, and they are safe from relegation now. MVP for Drake Tooth, who I think only came out of the pitch for the very end of the game there. So not exactly a well-earned one. Wrecking Ball, not far away from being add something to that lovely shadowing skill that he's got. But nothing much to say. That went wrong early for the Bozos when Egger failed those 2 straight pickups, and it just never got any better throughout the whole game. It is an important result, especially for the deckhands, because that defeat does confirm that the deckhands can't be relegated this week. So they're at least alive until the final game, and we know what we did last, or what they did last season to save themselves. And if you haven't seen it, I'm sure there's a clip out there somewhere. Deckhand's magic is real.
Yeah, the magic can happen. A grand total of 9 breaks per side, which is not a lot, but the Boozers definitely could make much more of this than the Bozos. Because they got something like, I don't know, 4 chaos, 3 casualties.
Well, there wasn't a single stun. You can see 9 injuries sustained, 6 KOs and 3 casualties. Not a single stun.
I think a couple of these were coming from failed dodges.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Oh, the Bozos still not saved.
Not any SPP other than the troll in the whole game. Tough old week for the Bozos, and they will have to do it in the final week. They face Royal Santa Margherita in their final game. It's the 2nd season in a row where the Bozos face the bottom side in the final week. It was the Assassins last season. It's the Royals this time around. Okay, let's pick up on chat. how does this off-field event work that you mentioned apply to teams? So, different teams get different events. This season, we've had every team getting an event every week, and it'll just be either a decision that a coach has to make about... they choose between option 1, which gives you this reward, option 2 that gives you this reward, or option 3 that gives you this reward, something like that. It could be choosing between 3 bad options as well. We will sometimes have events where there's no choice. It's just like, right, this has happened now. This player is going to miss this game because of this reason. We are going to scale that back a little bit from Season 3, just because it's a little bit too much for us to think up all of these events for all the teams every week. It's not randomized from like a list. The admins will think them up, and the admins have been trying to keep them relevant to what's been happening with the team. But yeah, we are scaling it back, and from Season 3 we're going to go for more of a season-long narrative arc with the teams, where we'll have events that will progress like a main story. But it is more like a DM making things up as they go along. Bazik and J-Leave have hit the nail on the head there.